You're listening to Down the Drain, a 5-minute weekly podcast that attempts to capture the deeply profound thoughts that come to us in the shower. So if you like to ponder deep thoughts, then join us for some good, clean, intellectual conversation. Come on, grab a bar of soap and hop in. We just might be the perfect little shower companions. But you better hurry before all those thoughts go down the drain. Well, here we are again. Another week has gone by, and what do we have to show for it? Anything? Or are we all just a bunch of sleep-deprived maniacs running around trying to make ends meet only to find ourselves in the same place we started, tired and broke? Ah, the meaning of life. What is it anyway? Everybody always thinks there's some grandiose purpose to it all, and if we just fight hard enough, we'll achieve it, whatever it is. But all any of it ever turns out to be is some sort of lackluster Sisyphean struggle. The very fact that our brains can even conceive such a notion must mean such a purpose most certainly exists. Yet in all the history of the world, at least that portion in which the human organism is concerned, not a single one of us has yet to put a finger on it, why we're here. And in all those theories, has anyone ever even thought that maybe the meaning of life just might be sleep? Think about it. We put all this emphasis on doing stuff, things, big, important things, like somehow that's all supposed to add up to some sort of definition of life, as though any of it really matters anyway. And in the effort to do all this stuff we think we're supposed to be doing because we've deemed it all so meaningful, we wake up in the morning, get out of bed, and beat our heads against the wall all day doing it, and no matter what we've done, no matter how profound, no matter how important, no matter how meaningful, regardless, at the end of the day, we find ourselves at the exact same place we started. In bed, so we can get enough sleep to recharge only to wake up and do it all over again. But sadly, most of us don't get nearly enough out of our haste for wringing every last drop of life out of a day in an effort to toil our way toward that grandiose purpose we're supposed to be serving. And we need it, a lot of it. It's recommended infants get 12 to 14 hours of sleep a day. That's half their day. For young children, they recommend 9 to 12, and for teenagers, 8 to 10. Although from my experience, it's more like 2 to 15. And for adults, they recommend 8. 8 hours of sleep a day equates to a third of our life asleep. And even if we are lucky enough, or disciplined enough, to get it, we still find ourselves falling asleep throughout the day. We fall asleep standing up in the shower, sitting down eating our breakfast, or for the addictive personalities, in the Starbucks drive-thru, at our jobs, especially those not hopped up on Starbucks, waiting at red lights during our commute home, at dinner, after dinner, to the TV, or what we call a cell phone now, and just about everywhere in between. We can't avoid it. We can't avoid it because we need it. It's not simply a luxury, but a basic biological need. And when you're in need of it, your brain will tell you in no uncertain terms that it's time, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Even if where you are and what you're doing is driving in a car at 70 miles an hour on the expressway. And no matter what we do to try to stay awake, like stick your head out the window, or turn the radio up full blast, or tickle the roof of your mouth with your tongue, or scream at yourself in the rearview mirror, eventually your eyes will close and off you'll go. And there ain't nothing you can do to fight it, even though you're fully aware of how disastrous falling asleep behind the wheel will be. Which reminds me of that joke. When I die, I want to go like dear old granddad, peacefully in my sleep, not kicking and screaming like the passengers in his car. Even members of the military, engaged in mortal combat, the single greatest man-made threat to self and humanity, have to take time out from battle to sleep. It holds a far greater force over us than anything else we do, and it makes everything else we do completely insignificant to it. So I'd say it's pretty damn important, maybe more important than any other thing we do in our lifetime. So maybe it's time we stop thinking we're here for some grandiose purpose and start accepting the fact that we're here. And just enjoy it, and stop trying to make it so much more than what it is. We need to remember that sometimes the things we don't do can have a greater impact than the things we do. It's doing something that makes us have to do something else in response to it. And maybe if we all just stopped doing so much, we wouldn't have as many problems. Just think how quiet and peaceful the world would be. No heavy machinery grinding away at progress, no noisy cars or trucks or ridiculous Harley-Davidson motorcycles racing down the highways and side streets of America on their way to and from toiling because that's what we think we're supposed to be doing. Nobody fighting or arguing. No foolish wars fought over oil or precious minerals because we wouldn't need them anymore on account of not having to race to and from toiling in our noisy vehicles that require oil and precious minerals to power them. Just good old-fashioned peace and quiet, like taking a nap under a big old shade tree at the edge of a riverbank on a Sunday afternoon. And what's more, as we sleep, we burn far fewer calories, requiring far less food, which is what much of our toiling is all about, as all that toiling burns calories, which requires more money, which in turn requires more toiling. And maybe then we could stop killing ourselves and each other over the almighty dollar. I mean, think about it. Have you ever heard of anyone holding someone up at gunpoint and demanding all their sleep? Mind grabbing me that... What? Oh, fell asleep there for a second. Mind grabbing me that towel? Thanks. I think I'll use it as a pillow and curl up right here and take myself a little nap. Thank you for listening to Down the Drain. Join us in the shower again next week when we attempt to capture more deep thoughts. In the meantime, pay attention to your own thoughts. You never know. One of them might just be a stroke of genius. Maybe even one that saves the world. We certainly could use one. But whatever you do, just make sure you record it before you turn the water off, so it doesn't all go down the drain. Down the Drain was written, produced, and edited by Guy Holling.